Hello ladies, gentlemen and all my little pixels out there, I am the Genesis and this is a very special video. Guess what guys, I just hit 100 subscribers. It's a very proud moment and I decided to celebrate by taking a day off and doing nothing but watching other commentators. But that's when it hit me. After spending around 12 or 13 hours watching some of the most popular channels on YouTube, including Machinima and Yeousch Partners and Directors, I kind of realised that my content just simply isn't up to standard. I learned a lot yesterday and that kind of brings me on to the topic of this video. And the topic is how to make the perfect gameplay commentary / how to become a Machinima or Yeousch partner and director. Oh yeah, and we're going to be doing this live. As you can see, the gameplay in the background right now is complete garbage and my commentary is, you can hear it, it's just plain bad. But don't worry, we're going to start fixing these little things right now. Okay, so the very first thing and the very simplest thing you have to make sure you've done right is choose the right game. Obviously, I was very naive and I have since realized that people only want to see what is popular at this moment in time. Battlefield 3, although it was really big at launch, is so past that point already. The only games you want to be playing at the time of me recording this are Call of Duty, Happy Wheels, League of Legends, Amnesia or any scary game with a face cam, Minecraft or DayZ. There are a couple of exceptions, but they are the main ones you want to focus on. If you are playing anything else, you're kind of just wasting your time, guys. So, like I mentioned, I am going to be fixing my content live, and I have chosen to go with Modern Warfare 3. So, listen, there we go. Bear in mind, just because you have selected the right game does not mean that you will get away with posting anything. I cannot stress how important it is to never, ever upload a gameplay where you lose or you don't run around. If you do, no one is going to want to watch it. They will just think you're a noob or a camper, and that's just boring to watch. As a rule, I would suggest only uploading a gameplay where you get a minimum of a 3 or a 4 KD, and no longer than around 7 or 7.5 minutes in length. Otherwise, like I said, people are just going to get bored. Right, so now we've got the right game and the right kind of gameplay. What's next? What else am I doing so wrong? Well, this one may seem a bit counterintuitive, but the resolution plays a massive part. Right now, this video is in 1080p, so if you don't have it at 1080p and full screen, I would recommend that you do that now. Okay, so 1080p, sure, it looks very nice, but it takes so long to render, when actually the difference between 1080p and 720p is actually tiny. In fact, boom, the video is now running in 720p. Seriously, the difference is tiny, but it'll take less than a third of the time to render. This means less time waiting and more time creating. On a side note, I often get comments and messages telling me that playing on high quality settings is bad. The reason, you may ask? Well, there are actually two reasons that stand out in my mind. One, the screen can look quite busy and make it quite hard to see what's actually going on. And two, like 75% of the people watching your videos are more than likely playing on consoles. I know this because I have been accused of being a PC elitist on more than one occasion. Seriously guys, I am by no way an elitist, I just prefer to play on a PC and there's nothing wrong with that. However, you do not want to ostracize a large proportion of your potential viewers. If you are on a PC, it is recommended that you turn down and lower the in-game settings to that, you know, where you can kind of match the console versions. So kind of, yeah, let's do that now. Done. See how much easier it actually is to see what's going on, and the drop in quality is actually quite small, so yeah, that's all good and we have made some massive improvements already. However, the third thing that I want you to do is get the most out of that 60 FPS that you recorded in. For some reason, YouTube has decided to limit videos to 30 FPS. As gamers, I expect you to all know already that 30 FPS is simply just not good enough. And luckily, most good video editing software has got a solution for this built in. It's called sampling. I don't know exactly how it works, but it does something when rendering and it makes 30 FPS look almost like 60 FPS. It just looks a lot smoother. So, ta-da! See, much better. You'll already notice the video no longer looks like a slideshow. It can look a little bit odd in places, but it's still better than having a choppy video all the time. Now the fourth thing on the list that we need to improve is post-production. Things like colour and gamma correction. For some reason, gameplay videos are always a little bit on the dark side, if you ask me. So we need to make sure we increase the gamma or brightness and contrast, like so. Doing this can zap a little bit of colour out of the video, so we need to make sure we're bumping up that saturation a little bit. See? Perfect. The video quality is now up to Machinima and Yeousch standards. We saved time by dropping to 720p instead of the waste of time 1080p we started with. We also made sure not to push a lot of our potential viewers away by making sure the game is more like what they're used to watching. On top of that, we managed to sample our videos so we get the most out of that 60 FPS we recorded with, and we made things much more brighter and colourful in post-production. It's almost perfect. It may seem like we've come a long way since we started the video, but the video quality itself is only a small part of what makes good commentary. So now we're going to move on to the audio side of things. Sometimes it's really hard to get the audio right, and you can find the gameplay a little bit too loud like this. It kind of just totally overlaps with everything you're saying, so it's always best to err on the side of caution when it comes to gameplay volume. Make sure that you lower it so that everyone can hear you and it's not going to get in the way of your voice, like so. One thing that surprised me recently was the number of comments and messages saying that I sound clinical and fake. To stop yourself sounding clinical, it's always best to leave small bits of imperfections in your voice. Things like lower the noise cancellation and compression. It can come across really kind of cheesy. Your subscribers want to feel a connection to you, so leaving a hint of reality in your voice actually makes you sound real and not like someone that's doing it for the money. I now also realise that I'm not talking like myself in these videos. Obviously I don't walk around the streets talking like I do in my commentaries. Problem is, viewers can always tell when you're being fake, and it's a real turn off. You need to just talk like you're talking to your friends. This is going to be the single hardest thing to learn for me personally, but I'm going to give it a try. Okay, so this is how I talk to a friend if he was in the same room with me, so we're going to stick with this style. As you can see, we've come miles away from where we first started in regards to audio and visual quality. But there are a couple other little bits and bats to remember. Your title is so important. Stick to titles other people use because you know people will search for them. If your gameplay has a good KD, make sure you put that in the title also. Tags are the most important thing after your title. You need to make sure that you put in loads and loads of tags and always fill up the tag section. Think about the tags that people will be looking for, words and phrases like COD, Modern Warfare 3, gameplay, commentary, Xbox, and don't forget to add the popular tags such as things like Girl Gamer, Moab, Nuke, Hacker, Boob, Sexy, and even a couple of the popular commentators' names such as Hutch and C-Nanas and Stark and I don't know, Total Biscuit, Jesse Cox. Just keep making sure that you mention all these people. I think the last big feature that YouTube has, which we need to keep note of, is annotations. Use them to remind people to subscribe, use them to tell people to like and favourite the video, and links from your other channel videos in annotations as well. I cannot stress how important it is to tell people to subscribe and like the video. Things like 100 likes, and I'll show you my cat in the next video. Tell them how much help it would be if they subscribe to you, because sometimes they're not being cruel, they just forget. I think last but certainly not least is ask a question on every single video. Something like, if you could join any gaming network, what network would you join on YouTube? Which would it be? Like, would it be Machinima, TGS, Yeousch, Curse, TGN? I don't know, just something like that. I'm so happy that I managed to work all this kind of stuff out now and not a million years in future. With the quality we've managed to achieve live, it's almost certainly on par with about 95% of Machinima and Yeousch partners and directors out there. I really hope so anyway. If not, I would get left with one of the small crappy networks that nobody wants to join. Something like, you know, the Game Station or Curse. Anyway guys, rate, comment and subscribe. I've been the Exogenesis, and I will, I'll see you next time. P.S. Guys, over at the Game Station, call me. Okay, on a serious note, while people watch this shit, people are going to keep making this shit. Please guys, go out there and support the good content makers that you know, and one day, just one day, they may be the next big YouTuber. See you later guys, and I'll catch you in the next video, and thank you very much for the 100 subscribers. Peace out.